The Memory-A podcast, where we talk about games news, and all types of stuff like that. My name is Chris, and I'm joined here with Mark with a C.
What up?
Mark with a K.
You can refer to me as Brakazan from here on out.
Oh, God.
Yep.
We got you now, Zahn.
The arms dealer. And Rob.
I still have a normal name. Hi.
Nope, it's Cookie.
God damn it.
I've been thinking of lots of. Oh man, we thought of another nickname for you, but now I forget. So I'll remember at some point.
I got one. Zorb.
Okay.
That's your heartless
Stop
name.
It. Stop it! Stop doing this to me.
Zorb. That's XORB.
Capital
I
X.
get it. Just stop it. Stop.
I don't get it. Rip. But I did want to start this off. Kind of leaving you guys in the dark about this next piece of news that I wanted to touch on today. So Fallout 76 and that whole shit going on. I was scrolling through my YouTube feed earlier and I come across this video outlining the newest and greatest, in my opinion, greatest fuck up in Fallout 76 history to date. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So they've been working since the game has come out to fix all of the shit that's broken with it. And those fixes have included like numerous bugs that people have encountered, and the fact that people were duping weapons and getting into the secret developer room that gives them access to all of everything that's in the game, and then duping them and then selling them on eBay for real cash. So
Right.
So they fixed all of that. They patched every single piece of that out. And then they wanted to release a new patch into the game for some extra quality life issues, some PvP updates and stuff that people were actually pretty excited about. But Bethesda built that patch off of an older version of the game, so they actually patched in all of the shit that they had already patched out. Isn't that fucking incredible?
Like, who did they have working on this game?
Oh,
it's like, congratulations. You played your song.
oh my God. Listen.
I feel like the development team is like all a bunch of interns that just got hired as entry-level people and are still figuring out how to have a real job.
Yes.
How does that happen?
So dude, they actually patched back in all of the duping mechanics and patched out the fact that people will get banned for going to the dev room. So now everyone's going back in and just getting all these weapons and selling them on eBay again. Like,
eat shit, Bethesda.
Fallout 76.
I'm making my living off of selling Fallout 76 items.
It's like you fix the problem and then you unfix the problem.
Oh
like,
my
what?
God.
Did this not occur to them?
So I think what they did here was, because Fallout 76 has been such a massive flop, they took all the real developers who started the game and they were like, just go start working on the next one. We're gonna get these interns in here, and we're gonna see how we're gonna develop them into the next best thing, and this is what we got.
I mean, that's pretty much essentially what's going on, because you know for a fact that the majority of Bethesda Game Studios is not working on 76 anymore after this shit has gone out. So they probably have like BGS Montreal and that like 10 people that work there trying to fix Fallout 76.
They're getting paid an experience.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not getting money.
And what an experience they're having.
And now they have to clean up their mess for a second time. Well, who wants to take bets that this happens again the third time round?
Listen, this is honestly sad at this point.
It's like we laugh, but it's really quite sad.
Right?
It's funny.
Well, it is, but it's just sort of like, this is a game that was made by a developer that had the utmost belief that it would be the coolest thing since sliced bread. And to me, it looks like the coolest thing since moldy bread, but you know. Here we are.
At this point, this is going...
even better?
What?
At this point,
Mark with a C at this
Yo.
point.
Oh, I was waiting for Mark. I thought
point.
Mark had a statement. No, I was gonna say at this point the game has gone from like disappointing to depressing to now like kind of lovable. I think it's like I think it's adorable that they're just like literally just tripping over their own feet constantly.
So
watching it happen is great.
So like you think it's like a chihuahua that's like baring its fangs and like being really rabid, but it's really cute and tiny. So it's
no. It's more like a baby puppy that's like head is too big for its body, so it's like falling face first all the time. Whenever it gets like excited and starts running, it's like head is too heavy, so it just hits the ground, and then it's just like trying to get itself back up, but then it falls over because it's like not strong enough. Like that's what it reminds me.
Oh, it's so cute.
That.
Oh, you almost had it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, try again harder. Did you bop your head again in the same spot?
Exactly.
Oh.
But this is like causing backlash now, and people are calling for the head of whoever is heading this game. I fucking hope it's not Todd Howard, because he is on the chopping block now in a lot of people's minds.
He's
like,
invincible.
get Todd out of here. Like, you know what? Fuck it. How does he make that mistake like that? Patching in all of the shit that you already patched out. God damn it.
Someone is getting fired from this.
God, I hope so.
Without a doubt.
Just fire Bethesda. Bethesda, you're fired.
Fire Bethesda. Just
You're
give us another
fired.
Bethesda, please. Not this Bethesda. We don't want them anymore.
Bethesda, turn yourself in for crimes against humanity, please.
Yeah.
We've had enough of this.
Pete Hines still not answering my text. Not text, tweets.
Tweets?
So.
Maybe they've shown him the door. Who knows? Maybe
Or they put him in the back corner to try to fix Fallout 76.
Yeah, maybe
and
he's
just keep
developing
getting
the
it wrong.
game.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one who's actually
You know what?
coding it.
It's a
I
cry
think
for
we've
help.
gotten down to it. They've left Pete to fucking do this. Meanwhile, Pete does not know how to make video games at all. So that makes sense. Okay, I think we got it. I'm gonna
Got it.
tweet
You learned something today.
like, is it true that you have taken over coding duties for Fallout 76?
Oh man.
And this is why A, you've been radio silent, and B, the game still sucks.
Yeah, can we start having like conspiracy theories about this? Like maybe there's some sort of like sleeper agent within Bethesda who's trying to sabotage the game. Maybe they like
deliberate sabotage. Oh,
yeah,
man,
maybe they're like hired. Maybe they're being hired by like I don't know,
Epic
who's like
Games.
like by some competitor, like ruin Bethesda. Do everything you can, reverse all the patches.
Is it like a sleeper agent?
It's Randy
Does it only
Pitchford.
wake up with a code word?
It's Randy Pitchford.
He's taking everyone else down with him.
It's Brock Hassan.
He is the arms dealer after all.
Oh god.
And only with the partnership of Valis Thune.
You can't have a Brock Hassan without a Valis Thune.
Yeah, so there's that. But in other news, that is also like kind of weird and kind of sad, but hopefully
Yeah.
it'll be fixed. Piranha Plant, something happened with that, Mark, with the cat. I don't
Yeah,
know exactly
so-
what's up.
So Piranha Plant, the first DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, he's out. There was a patch yesterday, 2.0.0, that added that in, I think, along with some other things. And while that's cool and all, he kind of broke the game a little bit because people have been losing their save files.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah,
I just redeemed my code like 30 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Well, look at it this way, Mark with the C. Look at it this way. At least you redeemed something that might have gone completely unredeemable. And now, I don't know, actually, never mind.
Maybe I deleted my save file for free.
Well, so here's the thing. So the way that the save files are being corrupted is by using Piranha Plant specifically in the All-Star mode of Super Smash Bros.
How did they
Oh.
not test that though? Like, come on,
Right?
come on.
I mean, we
Pete
could ask the same
Hines.
about Fallout 76, but, here we are. I guess that's just the
I
new
mean,
standard
we
now.
do ask that about Fallout 76 all the time. That's the whole thing with Fallout. How did you not test that? So, and this is a
Maybe
much
this is
smaller
the
thing
new
to
norm.
test. Does this one Piranha Plant work in every mode of the game? And the answer is no. And how do you not test that?
And
Oh, well, I mean, technically it works. It just has, side effects.
No, I think this is actually a feature. This is the new Game Plus mode. But
Listen, have you ever played Nier Automata before? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I see.
But so like I don't actually know what All-Star mode is, so I don't know what interaction Piranha Plant has that's causing this. But apparently, it's also been cited that there's a couple other characters that are corrupting save files. One of them being like the Mii sword fighter. Don't know who plays Mii sword fighter anyway.
I mean, everyone knows Brawler is the best one.
So
For real.
yeah. So I mean, imagine spending all that time trying to unlock all the characters, beating the World of Light mode, and then you're like, oh cool, the new DLC character is out. Let me play him, and then you lose your save file.
Everything.
But does Super Smash Bros. Ultimate work with cloud saves if you have Nintendo Switch Online? Because if it does,
honestly, I'm more inclined to just
I'm sure it does.
Doesn't work. I feel like cloud saves are hardly compatible with many games. Why would it work for Smash?
Wait, what?
Or at least not the way you expect it to.
Are you talking about strictly on the Switch? Like they don't work specifically on the Switch, Rob?
Well, yeah. So I remember when Nintendo Switch Online was released, a lot of people were lamenting the fact that cloud saves were not compatible with a good swath of games. Like it's not compatible with Splatoon 2, for example. It's just sort of like, well, what games this is compatible for? And they'd be the games that aren't like particularly important, or not. I shouldn't say not important, but not what you would expect. Like Mario Brothers, or just, it's something that doesn't relate to multiplayer. Again, as compared to Splatoon 2, which isn't compatible with online saves. So at this point, I'm willing to believe. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I just did a quick search, and apparently it is compatible with cloud saves. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if that fixes this issue or not, but still kind of funny, right?
Moderately interesting.
Yeah.
Side note, they really missed out on a golden opportunity to put Smash Mouth's All-Star as the final song in Super Smash Bros. All-Star mode.
Oh my god!
I'm
Hey
really
now.
upset. You're an all-star. And it's
Don't
by a band called
don't finish this song.
Smash Mouth. Okay.
Oh, what a story!
So yeah,
All that glitters is gold.
that's
Please.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to allow this.
Only shooting stars.
Come on.
all right. Yeah, Piranha Plant's out.
Rip.
Buyer beware. That's
He's
fun.
never coming back. Oh well.
Yep. Rip.
Damn. Well, I hope
Ripperoni.
I hope he's fun to play.
Well, you won't ever know because he's gone.
Yep.
Sorry,
Yeah. More depressing Nintendo news. If any of us were excited for Metroid Prime 4, don't be, because
Wow.
well, even though it's been announced and has been known to be a thing that was in the works for quite a while, basically we're back to zero again because Nintendo put out a video basically saying that they're scrapping the current entire project they have for Metroid Prime 4 because, to paraphrase, basically it just wasn't up to the standards they were expecting.
Yes,
and so basically they're starting over again.
Mhm.
So
Damn.
that's gonna be not out for quite a while, most likely. And it's a bummer. I like the Metroid Prime games, but I guess the silver lining is that they're not releasing a bad game. I'd rather wait for a good game.
Especially since a lot of people have been begging for Metroid Prime 4 for so long that
Someone jog my memory. When was the last Metroid Prime game released?
Was it? It was on
it
the
on the Wii U?
No, I think it was on the Wii.
I believe
Wow,
it
so
was
then that was a
Wii.
while ago. Then.
I know they released the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Virtual Console on the Wii U, and I think that was the last,
But not a new entry,
not
just a
new Metroid
collection.
Prime.
Well, there was Metroid Prime Federation Force, but I don't think that really counts.
Was that was a DS title?
That was 3DS. Yeah, it was it wasn't even Samus was not even in it. It was
So it really doesn't count. It
but
takes
it was
place in the Metroid universe.
Well,
but it was called Metroid Prime Federation Force, I'm pretty sure, which is strange. I think it wasn't a very good game, but Yeah.
Basically, fans of the Metroid series are just waiting even longer. They'll be practically waiting
Yeah.
10 years at that point.
I mean, since the last numbered Metroid game, it's been almost 12 years at this
Oh
point.
wow!
Yikes.
Huh.
Came out on
But-
August 27th of 2007.
Oh my
Holy
god.
crap.
Holy crap!
I
That's as
mean-
long as Kingdom Hearts 3.
Damn.
Almost.
Is
It-
Metro-
It's gonna be by the time it comes
It's
out.
gonna be probably
Yeah.
longer, really. You
Yeah.
know, if you want to think about it.
But I mean, I guess if there's any silver lining to this, they're turning over the development to the producer from the original Metroid Prime series, which
True.
which might end up being a good thing, especially for people who are fans of the series. I'll say this: how about you just remaster Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch before you send out Prime 4, so I could play them?
Well, be careful though, because if I recall correctly, a lot of Metroid Prime depended on the Wii pointer. Am I not? Am I not wrong?
You're right,
I
but
don't know.
let me tell you something. The Joy-Con has gyro in it.
It
So-
has gyro, but I mean, look what that did for World Ends With You. I mean,
The
Not perfect.
original, at least the original came out on GameCube, so at least one of them wouldn't have to deal with that.
Well, also, I'm gonna have to plead ignorance on that one, Rob, because the difference like the original format of The World Ends With You was a
stylus.
a
Yeah, I know what
stylus
you're getting
click
at.
and drag thing. So, I mean, like that functionality was still there on the remake, but just with a less responsive touchscreen and your finger. And then the motion for that really did not feel,
Well, that's what I was emphasizing,
native
the motion.
to that mechanic at all. But think of the gyro control for Splatoon
Splatoon?
2.
Yeah, I
That
knew you
feels
would say that.
natural because it's a point and shoot sort of deal, and Metroid is a point and shoot sort of deal. So
No, you right. I
I-
actually realized that about a half second after I said it, but I was already saying the sentence, so I just let it
Yeah.
go.
So that, I mean, I think that'll. I think that would work well. And besides, you've remastered every other game from the Wii U. Why not go a little
But
bit?
now you're asking for a remaster of a Wii game. That's a
Remaster
different
the
story.
remaster of the Virtual Console remaster. How about that?
Or they could just do the smart thing and actually introduce a proper virtual console, like a lot of rumors are hoping
Alright.
for, right?
Let's settle down now. That's
Oh, is it too much to ask for?
That's
I'm
ridiculous.
sorry. But I mean, speaking of
Ugh.
Wii things,
This
this
is
is more
just-
depressing
This
news
is
on the
just
Nintendo
depressing Nintendo news.
front.
Bum,
It
bum,
really
bum,
is.
bum, bum,
Entirety
bum,
of
bum,
this
bum.
podcast.
Just play that sad song because the Wii Shop
Bum.
channel is no more as of today.
Today.
Yup, today.
Is it
So
today?
sad.
Ah,
Yep.
The
Now,
end of an
yeah.
era.
was this announced previously that today was going to
Yeah.
be the last
Yeah.
day?
a while ago. Oh, nice hiccup there. Yeah, a little while ago.
You know what? I just ate dinner, all right?
It's actually
Oh.
really sad though.
It is.
It's like it's the end of an era. The Wii. It's,
Like-
Yeah.
So hold on. Does that mean that anything that you bought from the Wii shop can no longer be played on your Wii, or does it
No,
just
no, no.
mean stuff?
I don't think you can download it anymore.
Unless so if it was something that you bought deleted from your console and never re-downloaded, that's gone forever now.
I have to
Yeah.
check that.
No, I'm
not
pretty sure
sure.
that's the case because the entire storefront is gone. You'd have no
Yeah.
access to
Oh,
actually reinitiate. the
that's really
download
dumb.
again.
Yeah,
That's
so if
sucks.
your Wii goes to shit, you can't get those games back.
And also, this is
believe.
connected to if you did the thing in the Wii U where you transferred the Wii Virtual Console games to your Wii U. If you did not do that for your Wii U, then those also disappear.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
that is so silly.
So,
But I
Uh,
mean, it's
so-
there. Go ahead, Chris.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say, like, as a heads up to people in the future, we're gonna have to, before we move on to the next console, buy a big ass hard drive and back up
Down the
every
road.
single game that you downloaded digitally onto that hard drive and keep it with the system. because
I mean, I think we all learned that lesson when PT disappeared from the storefront.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people
So true.
are more or less not understanding, and no one likes it, but people are willing to do it,
definitely willing to do it, but I don't think a lot of people understand that now. Like, I just thought about that when PS5 comes out or whatever it is, right? Or if it's Xbox and Sony decides to do something shitty and I get an Xbox, like
Entirely possible.
I'm gonna buy like a 4 terabyte hard drive and just download every single fucking game that I got on the PS4 so that I don't have to worry about it going. And then I can sell my PS4 in a long time in the future for a bunch of money when anyone wants to play those games.
But it
won't be compatible. Well, wait.
I
never
mean,
mind.
like the thing though is on the PS3 and the PS4, it uses the same shop. Like the Wii used
True.
the Wii U, the Switch, the 3DS. They all have their own shops, which maybe is not the best way to go about selling digital products.
I was actually going to go in there and say, I was going to point out that I would say in a certain extent, it's not so bad because the Wii U shop still exists and there is a lot of redundancy between the Wii shop and the Wii U. Like a lot of the virtual console stuff is shared between the Wii U and the Wii. That's why you were able to transfer them over in the first place. Obviously, there are some things that are missing, but I think it has a good percentage of overlap, which is why it shouldn't be as bad.
Can you buy just straight up Wii games on the Wii shop, or did you have to buy those physically?
You mean like virtual console?
No, like actual games
shop.
for the Wii. Could you download them on the Wii shop?
I actually don't think so.
Because I've never done that before.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I don't think they could have. I think because if we're thinking about 2006 here, I don't think the digital storefront for the Wii had that sort of capability to did not have the infrastructure up to download full retail games. I think it was only composed of stuff like WiiWare, smaller download stuff, virtual console stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think like full-fledged games. Go ahead.
So that's not as bad as I was thinking.
Yeah, it's not like a total heartbreaker. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay.
Because also remember, the Wii U is the only console that has like a Wii virtual console. That's how I remember, because the Wii U has a Wii virtual console where you could buy Mario Galaxy 2 and other Wii games.
Mm-hmm.
But the Wii itself did not have the virtual console. Did not have the capability of buying said Wii games.
Yeah, you would want to hope that now, maybe starting with the current generation we're on now, since it's so commonplace to download. Basically, I buy all of my games digitally, or like I'd say 8 or 9 out of 10 would be digital. That whoever's developing these things would try to future-proof them, and I'm sure that like the Xbox store and the PlayStation store are like way more future-proofed than like the Wii virtual or the Wii shop channel, because like you said, in 2006, I don't even think there was like infrastructure there for people to think it was something that you'd want to hold on to forever. So hopefully that this is maybe one of the, it's not going to be the last, but maybe one of the last times that like this kind of awkward situation happens where people might lose stuff that they paid money for.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's interesting that we're bringing up this topic. I'm gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot into another topic that I wasn't expecting to get to so quickly, but it's worth mentioning with this month's PS Plus, they're getting it's the last month for the PS3 and the Vita. The reason why I wanted to shoot into this topic real quick was because if you don't have the games for the PS3 and the Vita downloaded, you will no longer have access to them on PS Plus. This goes for all the free games that were available for the PS3 or the Vita. If you don't have them downloaded, they will no longer be accessible.
Wow, now you mean if you don't have them downloaded, they won't. So do you mean that if you claim your free game, that if you delete it, you can't re-download it? Or are you saying like if you don't claim it for free now, you won't be able to claim it for free next month or something? What do you mean exactly?
The wording is a little ambiguous. So in the last paragraph, they're basically saying that you need to basically one of the basic sentence was saying be sure to download them while they're available. any games that you've already downloaded or will download prior to March 8th, 2019 will still be part of your PS Plus games library, but only as long as you've downloaded them at that point. So it's still ambiguous, but a lot of people are thinking that may be the case.
That's
It's kind of sketchy.
that's
I
really
know.
stupid. What?
Agree.
Here's what I'm saying, bro. PlayStation being stupid.
Yeah, what the hell?
So
they've
it
started.
begins.
They've started it.
I mean, I shouldn't be shocked by this. If you really think about it, it's not like it's not like PlayStation or Xbox have to be thinking about the consumer at all times because they still want to push out their newest products, at every single point of the turn. So,
well, you know what? This further backs up my theory that they're ramping up for a new console release coming up. Taking all this shit away so that they can give you all this new stuff after March. I'm telling you, man, it's happening.
Wait, hold on. Who let this esteemed analyst onto this podcast?
I don't know, man.
I mean, look, if they're putting these things up for sale, if they're still selling PS3 games on their store, like they should be treating them the same way that they treat, all the rest of the games on their store. That's and that's, I guess, like if that is what they're actually doing, basically making you download it and unable to, uninstall and then get it again. Yeah. If that's what they're doing, that seems like some shitty stuff. If they're still, I know it's the last month now, but if they were releasing PS3 games up until this point and Vita games, that means that there's still people downloading them. So those people just get screwed. I think that's stupid. But they are offering MGS4 for PS3, which is kind of dope. It's a good one to give away.
That was like my very first PS3 game too. I feel like that brings it full circle. It's just sort of like having that there at the final end of the PS Plus. I mean, at that point, you can almost call the PS3 finished because it's not like getting any other new content or any available content.
I mean, it's an old console. It's like what, 13 years old at this point. So
2006.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Like, I mean,
wow.
It's run its course.
It's a teenager now.
We had the PS4 and the PS4 Pro for a little while now. It was going to happen eventually. I think judging off of that last sentence, if you don't download the games while you're PS Plus member before March 8th, you probably lose them. That sucks. Stupid.
It does. Again, it's ambiguous wording, so I'm not trying to stoke any flames, but it's just sort of like they could have been a little more clear about that. Just it's all I'm saying.
On a better note, what they're offering some pretty good stuff this month. Regardless of the the weird details of it, but two AAA games for PS4, which
heavy
is
hitters.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, look, let's just start with the one I'm happiest about. Hitman, the complete first season. While I've played this whole thing, I mean, I own it. This is one of the best games of the past few years, if you ask me, and everyone should have a chance to enjoy this. I know
I
Mark
haven't bought it yet, so this is perfect.
Rob, you should totally get it. Chris, I don't know if you've played this one yet, but if you haven't, you should give it a shot.
I have not.
It is we had this conversation, I think, on the pod about how this reminded you of a game that you played called Sniper Elite.
Yep.
So if you like that, you'll probably like this. So
Hell yeah.
I couldn't recommend this game enough, and the fact that it's free is amazing. So that's huge. And then
is that on the PS3 or is that on PS4?
That's on PS4.
PS4. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
February, next week.
Yeah, and it comes with so much. Like the first season comes with so much stuff. It'll keep you, like, if you wanted to, it could keep you busy for months.
Sweet.
Just with the amount of cool stuff there is to do and like replaying for achievements and stuff.
Do you think it'll come with the elusive targets?
So when I got it, it had, I think, well, the elusive targets are time-based, so I'm not sure if you'll get a chance to do them.
What are those elusive targets?
Those are single-shot missions. They all take place on one of the maps from the game.
Mhm.
And there's like a little theme to it, and it like just throws you into the map with a little backstory, and it's like, all right, go kill this person. And you get one shot at it to do it really however you want. And if you fail it, you don't get to retry it.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
Do you get something cool for beating it?
yeah, I think it unlocks items. The one I did in Hitman 2, you got to kill Sean Bean, and it gave you an exploding pen to use.
That's awesome.
To use in the like any time after that. So I would imagine it gave you some cool stuff.
That's really cool.
I missed 2 of the elusive targets.
Yeah, because the other thing is they make the missions available for like 1 week.
Yeah.
So you have to know when the elusive targets are happening, or like when the newest one is happening. You have to go in, you get one shot to beat it, but you can only try it within the week it's available. So it's like they really make it like there's a barrier to getting access to it, but like the stakes feel very high.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And they always like change the map up. They'll like add stuff to it and make it a little bit different, which is nice.
Yeah, and there's no save points. So
Nice.
It really is just a one shot and you're done. But it's good content.
Sweet.
Hitman's fun.
Yeah, for
I will
sure.
grab it. Is there anything else that's coming out?
Yes, the other big one is For Honor, which is a
Oh, sweet.
multiplayer game where you're, I guess it's kind of like you can choose a faction amongst many different military
Factions.
kind of factions from throughout history. So you could be like a Viking or samurai or whatever the hell. And it's just basically big PvP maps that you compete with other people on. So I'll give that a shot. It's all, mostly like kind of melee combat focused, which is cool. Like kind of change up from, shooters and stuff. So I'm probably going to give that one a shot.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. I like that. Is that all?
That's all. Well, for PS4, there's a couple of indie games, Gunhouse and Rogue Aces, which are like cross-buy I think what this means is they're both available for PS4 and Vita. It says cross-buy with PS4.
And the idea is you get them on the Vita, and it automatically adds the PS4 version because it works both ways. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And then Dive Kick for PS3. That's the whole lineup. Dive Kick is a cool game, but bummer that it's on PS3.
Agreed. So we were talking a lot about the PS Plus games, just like, you have to download them, and then if you don't, you're screwed. They're lost in your, I guess, in your dreams, one might say. So,
wow.
And you know what?
Wow.
Don't just let your dreams be dreams. All right?
Do it.
So the Dreams beta, people are talking about it now that the NDA is over, and I'm kind of pumped on whatever this game is.
Yeah,
But
I
the
just
thing is, like,
looked at
what
this
is
Kotaku
this
article
game?
that you shared. And that's like some of the stuff that's on here is freaking amazing. I didn't realize Dreams did this. I just thought that they just copied the freaking, little sack boy all over again.
Yeah, so someone tell me about this, because this is the first I'm hearing of this.
So from what I gather, it's like a sandbox game by Media Molecule, and you're like allowed to create and like share your creations with people and play in other people's games.
Like
And
Little Big Planet, basically.
yeah, exactly. But
But go ahead.
I've never seen a sandbox create whatever you want game that lets you get into this much detail. It's wild, the stuff that you can make. So like looking at this article, there's a team or a guy that made Europa, the moon. And it's gorgeous, but then even more incredible than that, some guy recreated the hallway from PT in Dreams,
God.
and it is a 1-to-1 replica. That shit looks exactly like PT. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, Mark, I urge you to look at this real quick.
Yeah, you
because
should totally
it's
take a
not
look
there.
at this.
There's no scares or anything. But like, if you look at it and you weren't told that this was not the actual PT game, it would take
wouldn't
you
know any
quite
better.
a while. I mean, you'd be able to eventually notice, but it would take you quite a while to realize, wait, this is not exactly right. Like the lighting is really, really good, and the level of like visual quality is like something that seems way too high for a game where, you know, it's essentially like, you know, in a Minecraft style where you're just like building whatever you want, you know.
Like this
Maybe
isn't
not
just Little
Minecraft,
Big
but-
Planet remix. Like
Yeah.
this is building on a larger architecture, something that enables some crazy, amazing detail.
And
Like almost like you're working directly with Unreal Engine 4. It's what it feels.
yeah, and it kind of it makes me wonder, since you can like share these with friends and stuff. Not even wonder. I guarantee this is going to be a fact. People are going to be creating their own games within Dream and then
Yeah.
having you play them.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna bring up. Like, don't you think it would be interesting instead of bitching about all game companies that don't make good games, why don't we just make the good games ourselves?
In Dreams.
I think someone made a FPS inside of Dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
now
Hold on,
the-
wait. Let me show you this. I'm just gonna send something real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead. While you're still looking
Just
for
a
that, well,
screenshot.
the thing that I was thinking about was the fact that yes, this is all beautiful in terms of stills. I feel like there would be a drawback in the actual implementation of mechanics. I feel like
Yes.
something has to give. You can't have perfect graphics and perfect gameplay at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm expecting too much, but
I think whatever games they make need to work well within the gameplay mechanics already built in Dreams, but I'm sure you could still do a lot.
oh yeah,
Uh,
no, I'm not questioning the ability to make an amazing variety.
Yeah.
So just like this thing that Mark sent here, it's a screen cap of an FPS setting,
Wow.
which again looks amazing.
That wow. Seriously.
An upcoming FPS created on Dreams. Wow.
Yeah. It just seems like I don't know, hard to get. I mean, we're seeing the screenshots, but I would want to not get my hopes too high because this seems like kind of too good to be true to be able to create this kind of
Yep.
range of different things. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like
But
it's just
it-
amazing to see visual acuity this sharp. You know,
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if
like
you
the
guys,
lights are so like the lighting is great.
yeah, if you guys don't like, you guys should go take a look at some Dream stuff, and see for yourself because it's pretty wild.
I
And-
want to hear more about it. We haven't heard much about Dreams officially from Media Molecule since what, E3? Did they do anything at E3? I think they did
They-
something.
They showed it off, I think, but it was like nothing like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
just
Also,
Sackboy again, but in
Just
3D.
wanna point out real quick a little New York Easter egg. I think in that screenshot I sent you, there's like a D Train logo.
Oh yeah.
You
There
see
is.
that?
That's
Oh, I
cool.
see it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Brings
Very
you back to
clever.
the Xavier days.
Yep.
Oy vey.
Do you guys remember? And this would be funny to anyone that didn't actually go to Xavier. We went to a Catholic high school in New York City. And,
It was Jesuit.
Jesuit, whatever. I don't care. Like down the block from the high school, there's a train station, and they had just added. I think it was the M train.
Yeah.
That
With
station.
I know where you're going with this.
They
were-
just added the M train, so that station had the following trains that would stop there: the F train, the M train, and the L train, and they put it in that order. And so it just said FML as you went down to the train station. They switched the letters around eventually when they caught on to what had happened.
Did they really?
They did,
yeah,
they
they
did.
did.
But
It's
that
amazing.
was so funny that
That's
they put it
amazing.
in that order. Yeah,
It's funny you bring something like that up because I saw a very unfortunate version of that the other day. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but like in like New York news, a woman tragically died by falling down the steps of a train station
see that.
because she had like a baby.
A
She was
baby
like
stroller,
she was
yeah.
carrying a baby stroller, and there were no elevators in the train. But the thing is, like the news story I read, like had their header image of a picture of the train station, and the thing is, the train station trains were B, D, and E, which
Big dick energy.
yep, that's exactly what I thought of, and I was like, this
Oh
is
my
this is
God.
like horribly tragic thing, but
No.
like you're just showing the acronym for big dick energy right on your headline. Like, someone should have just been like, don't do this.
Come on, they got to get more millennials working for them.
Yeah.
They really need
Or
somebody. that's more
maybe
in
they
touch.
do have more millennials, and they're just
And
like,
maybe that's why it's
And-
happening.
and
we're gonna
that's
troll all
They're
of them.
just shitty people.
We're just terrible. We're just a
Listen,
terrible generation.
That's
now.
what media tells us. We are the shittiest of shitty. So,
Yeah.
fuck
I mean,
it.
that's what they always say.
Let's
right?
prove
Maybe
'em
we're starting
right.
to believe it.
Let's prove them right. I'm with it. So that's pretty great.
Oh, vey.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Dreams is cool. You guys should go take a look and make your own opinion, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised
Have some dreams of our own, right?
Yeah.
for sure.
Epic Store has a dream. And,
Christ.
This is
and,
amazing.
and that dream
Continue.
is to take everything away from Valve and Steam. And they just took another pretty big title from
Guess what Valve says?
from Valve. And Valve is like, nah, man, that's
No
not
fair.
That's no fair. So,
So-
Metro Exodus, which is the
Mom
the
said it's my turn on the Metro Exodus.
So Metro Exodus,
Sorry.
the next game in the line of Metro games is being pulled from Steam after being in a pre-buy state for some time. Yeah, Valve is like, that's not fair to our customers because we had a long pre-sale period and now people aren't going to be able to give us the monies, which, that's stupid.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck 'em.
And Epic, I don't change your structure then if you want people to stay with you. This is only a good move for Deep Silver.
Yeah. And maybe Valve, maybe what you do is unfair to developers.
Yeah.
Maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe you should revisit a little bit of your practices and see what's going wrong there before being butthurt all over the internet. I mean, really, that's just petty, really.
I agree.
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, they're not really losing anything. Well, they're just losing future sales. All the sales that have been made from the pre-orders, they're still honoring.
Yeah,
They still get to have them on Steam, but it's just no new people can buy it on Steam.
And you got to imagine that a lot of people have probably already purchased it on Steam because this game was announced quite some time
A while ago, right? Yeah.
So, we apologize to Steam customers that were expecting it to be available for sale through February 15th. I don't think people really care how long it was going to be available for sale for. They'll find it somewhere.
It's true.
They don't care where they get it from. As long as they can get it, they'll get it. So
But it's not lining Valve's pocket,
Valve-
and that's what
Valve-
makes it so sad.
go fuck off. How about that?
I wonder if Valve will ever take that message, take it to heart and actually understand it.
Take it to heart, Gaben.
And on top of that, all the DLC for Metro Exodus is going to be released on all platforms. Whether or not it's paid is a different story, but we'll find out.
I agree. Well,
Yeah,
That's that.
this is just the newest move in Epic's world domination that they
Yeah.
seem to be, just moving right along with. So
they're,
you know
they're
what?
brilliant.
They're moving right along without us on Fortnite, that's for sure, because
Oh,
all of us are
God.
still clean.
We are. I was gonna ask on a weekly update on that one.
Yes.
Has anyone felt any, withdrawal symptoms?
Not a single one.
Yep.
I had to
Sure? You
delete
didn't
it
get
to make
finish
room
the-
for
you
other
didn't get to finish
games.
the pass.
No, we don't need to finish
finish
space.
the pass, but you know what? I think not playing the game in general is enough for me.
And I think it's good. It's been good for my health. That game would get me so mad. Just
Yeah,
so
right?
mad. I'd get so heated at Fortnite. And now I'm playing Destiny and I'm loving my life, which is
mean,
strange.
Living your best life.
I'm getting heated at some things in Destiny, like
Yeah.
jumping puzzles, but not at all to the extent that Epic's Fortnite made me fucking rage, because that so much horseshit, especially recently, and they took out heavy shotguns, and I don't agree with
And
it
they vaulted the
whatsoever.
SMG.
Oh my god.
They vaulted the SMG just,
for a silenced SMG.
just to unvault the silenced SMG.
The shittier SMG.
I don't know what
I
they're
don't
doing.
miss any of that. I don't miss any
I
of it
don't-
at all.
I deleted it off of my PC. I deleted it off my PS4. It's, I think, already off
You
my
deleted it
Switch.
from your life.
I do not care about that game. I did not play it. It's not true. It's
But-
bullshit. I did not.
See, here's the thing though. Like with
Hi, Mark.
Destiny, yeah, sure. Last night you were getting so heated, but you were getting heated because like we suck, not because like
Not because the game sucks.
itself sucks. It's just like we're bad at doing
Yeah.
what it needed us to do, and like we'll get better at it as we try. But with Fortnite, it was just like, oh yeah, that's ridiculous. What just happened? Oh, you put glider redeploy back in. I built up like 20 stories. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh, you put a sword in the game that
Doesn't
destroys everything? No,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
That's
you
great.
like a lot of people use this SMG. It's a good gun. Cool. Let me take it away and put a silenced one because that's what everyone wants. Fuck you guys. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't.
Sounds like they're suffering from the Bethesda problem. I get the interns off the knobs.
But
Yeah,
it was
they're
just-
too focused on the shop.
It's just every time I think, okay, maybe the next one will be better. They just do more stuff that makes me like, yeah, you know what? I'm glad I'm not playing this game anymore because I'm sure that would make me very upset.
And
Right?
we
I
were,
don't think
we
I
were
miss anything about it. I don't think they've announced anything that has made me thought, oh, I should play this game again.
Yeah.
No. I
yeah,
don't think I've thought that at all. Not in 3
Yeah.
months.
yeah. And they like, and we're not just Fortnite haters because if you've listened to the previous podcast, we loved Fortnite for a while, but
a long while.
a long time, like over a year, we played consistently, like very consistently, and it's just the recent changes, man, that have really been messing me up. I was on board with almost everything until the sword, and then the
Yeah.
sword came by, and I was like, wow, fuck this.
You know what? I always gave them every benefit of the doubt every
Mhm.
time they
Too much.
released a patch, and then they were just like, you know what? We're gonna add this sword. We're gonna add planes. We're gonna add stupid stuff, and I'm not about that.
Yeah,
Not
well,
about that life.
we knew the game would die, and it's for us at least to die.
But
Well,
you
then,
know,
for us, it died. It hasn't died for many others.
Oh,
It's
it will.
clearly still leading.
It will when Anthem comes out.
Amazing.
Oh,
Nailed it.
Oh.
So apparently, the beta did not go well, which to me is unsurprising or not surprising because the alpha didn't go very well either. I don't know if
Yeah.
am I allowed to?
That's a breach of NDA.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no, Mark. I
Oh,
thought
we're gonna get a text from the
country
FBI
now.
soon.
You're
Oh,
banned.
God.
Clink.
Yeah.
We'll just bleep that whole thing out.
Oh,
Redacted.
Redacted, sure. But yeah, supposedly this demo was not going well. Server issues.
Server
Yes.
issues. People were getting like immediately booted off the server when they were starting up the game.
Mm-hmm.
They filled up
And-
really quickly. I think that was the problem, right?
Yep.
Like they were already full, which
Mhm.
makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then
Honestly,
they
I don't know the
commented
details.
that. And then they commented. I think they were saying like, "Oh yeah, we had enough servers." No, you didn't though. I need to put my
Stupid.
notes on that, but I remember that.
Stupid.
And this was a pretty limited demo for like only people who managed to get a code. It wasn't like an open beta or anything.
Yeah.
Like they
So,
should have known what
The
their
fact that
capacity was.
I mean, this game comes out in what, a couple weeks. Like
that's scary.
Yeah.
you know, that seems not promising. But beyond that, I don't know if you guys got a chance to take a look at some footage from it, but from what I've watched of it, I don't know. I was not very impressed. It looks kind of very regular. You know what I mean? The flying seems cool, but everything else seems kind of bland. To
You
me.
mean like
Yeah.
like very regular vanilla FPS kind of?
yeah? Well,
it's
it's
not
it's
standard
third person.
Third person.
Third person.
Third person
But yeah,
shooter,
it
sorry.
seems just kind of vanilla, like loot shooter almost. Like
Mm.
it kind of, I mean, it's BioWare, so it feels a little, in terms of some of the combat, a little Mass Effect-y, which I think is fine. But then again, Mass Effect's greatest strength was not the combat. I think the environments look pretty, but they don't look very interesting. The main town that you go in has like no NPCs in it, and the NPCs that are there look like they're just standing there not doing anything. Like there's no atmosphere in it. It just feels like all of the stuff around the game seems really bland.
Yeah. In terms of combat, I've definitely seen people agree with you, and what I've seen, I definitely agree with you. I don't think it looks very fun. It's just kind of like, oh, you can shoot things like you can in a lot of other games, but now you can do it from like the sky for a little while, and then you can drop back down to the floor and keep doing that, and then go back into the sky. So like, I don't know, like it doesn't really jump out at me. I have heard a lot of people say that the world building is cool, and like the areas that you get to explore are very cool. But the fact that the game was a buggy mess on the first demo, is
Well, that's promising to hear. Because I mean, from what I saw, I barely saw. I didn't see very much of it. If other people are saying that there's better world building than what I saw, like that's nice to hear.
Yeah, I've heard a few people mention that they liked the world building. I've heard a few people mention that they just don't like the game, but I've also heard a lot of people be like, what, this game is actually really fun to play. But I'm also very afraid for their microtransactions because initially they were just like, oh, your money is really worth a lot to us. This is what EA told us. Like they straight up was like, your money is, it takes a long time for you to earn your money, and like your money is important and whatever. And then there was a leak of the planned microtransaction shop, and what we've seen is not good.
What have we seen?
So we have seen, it's kind of like the Epic Store, like armor suits are like $20.
Yeah, selling skins.
Yep, skins.
Your money's valuable to us.
Yep. Small little other aesthetic things, $8, $4. And you do have the option to buy it with in-game currency, but the problem is this: the in-game currency coins that you need to buy these things, you need thousands of coins, thousands. And from people that I've been watching stream, we're playing for like 8 hours and they'd get like 150 coins.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sound good. Though that sounds like EA to me. Like they haven't changed at all.
That sounds abysmal.
Yep.
But apparently,
EA is coming out.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and EA's like responding, be like, "Oh, like this is why we don't like releasing things about pricing, because that stuff is changing day to day and like all this stuff."
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, "Yeah, you can suck mine because fuck you, you're wrong. Like you're trying to be an asshole, and that's that."
But at the very least, they're adding a hub world because Destiny has one.
I don't know.
Also, loot drops are different colored gems based on rarity. So they're totally not doing the Destiny thing, right?
No. And like they have those circles, just around the alien landscape. It's like really green, and then those circles with the blue light in the middle. You know what I'm talking about? Like the portal things.
Yeah.
You gotta shoot them a lot. Yeah, they have those. I don't know, man.
Listen,
truly
man,
original ideas.
I don't think anything could go wrong with this game except for there maybe being another Anthem-like game out there.
Like, oh, there's
good thing there's no competition in the
there's
sci-fi
no
shooter genre.
Good thing that it's a unique game in and of itself.
No competition in this space at all that doesn't have microtransactions like that. None.
Yeah.
None at all.
I mean,
look, you could say Destiny, but like that's a fucking indie game. It can't compete with EA.
and you're using regular DLC. Who uses that anymore?
Yeah, man, no battle passes. What?
Unreal.
Yeah.
Season passes are canceled.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like there are sometimes I look at Anthem and I'm like, this looks like it'd be kind of cool almost, and then I see all of this shit and I'm like, whatever. I'd rather play Destiny and watch Cade die. Spoilers.
Oh.
And then listen to him talk when you play What Are the Strikes?
Yeah, and then listen to Zavala be a bitch and say, "Now we're not going to go avenge him because Zavala's a bitch and he's the worst Vanguard." Just saying.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
I heard Hawthorne keeps hearing about my clan.
Yeah. So, hey, say hi to your clan for me.
Man, so that's Anthem, I guess, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Well,
I
look,
mean, listen.
Between Anthem and Destiny, one of those games was originally announced along with the PS4. Am I right?
Yeah.
It was.
How long
That's
ago
very
was that?
true.
Like 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
2013. That was a pretty important time for video games because I think that was Destiny 1. Destiny 1
Yeah.
No, Destiny 1 came out before that, right? Or did Destiny 1 come out?
I will check you right now.
What, Destiny 1? You talking about
2013
PS4?
sounds right.
2014,
Yeah.
September 9th, 2014.
So yeah, okay, so the reason why we're talking about 2013 is because Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out, and
Yes.
noted by this tweet from Jason Schreier of Kotaku, who's probably one of the best video game media people to follow because he does a lot of good reporting. He tweeted out that on the day that Kingdom Hearts released, so that was 2,059 days after Sony's E3 2013 conference. Only on that day, everything that was shown at that conference has finally come out. One of those things being Destiny 1. So that obviously came out, 2014, like we just mentioned, but then
On schedule.
5 years later, like 5 years later, the last thing that was yet to be released, Kingdom Hearts 3, finally came out. And like, one, that's just kind of wild to think about how we're watching the E3 conferences, and you see things that get you excited, but if you knew that it was going to be out in 6 years, that would kind of ruin that excitement.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. What was the other game that got people really riled up? People had to wait for The Last Guardian.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was like another one that waited like multiple years, and people were so excited for it, and then people forgot about it. It's like,
yeah, and this seems to be like a Sony thing. So I guess my question to you guys is like, are you cool with the idea of them announcing stuff so far in advance?
I think it's a sticky situation. Like, I think it really depends, to be honest. Like, are they announcing it or are they showing it off? Like, did they show off Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2013?
They did. Just a little bit. Well, not, you mean gameplay, or do you mean
gameplay?
Like video? Gameplay, no. It was just like a promo.
Yeah,
it
was a tease.
Yeah.
Yeah, a teaser. Literally like 5 seconds of actual video.
I don't have a problem with a teaser, to be honest.
It gets you excited,
and
right?
it lets me know like the direction that they're going. So like when Bethesda after 76 announced Starfield, which I knew was happening, and so did all of the Bethesda fanboys, and then also announced Elder Scrolls 6, which both of them won't be coming out. Like they'll both, like, Starfield will be in like 3 years, and then Elder Scrolls 6 will be in like 8 years from now. So I know I got a while to wait, but I am happy that I knew that they were coming.
Right. So instead of like speculating and being like, "Oh, I hope, oh, I pray," it's like, "Oh yeah, they haven't forgotten." Like, they know. They know. Yeah.
Like, would you guys have been okay with just hearing about Kingdom Hearts for the first time, like last year? Would you be all right with that?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I guess the thing is just that, like, it is still fun even when because you're right about Bethesda. We knew that Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield were not going to be out for a long time, but still seeing the title card of Elder Scrolls 6, I was like, fuck yeah, like this is going to happen. And I guess like there's something good about that, but also like we're pretty tuned into like what the deal is with a lot of those things, but I could see maybe someone who's younger watching that and being like, oh my god, I can't wait for this thing, and then just like I'm waiting, and then it feels like it gets kind of missed. I know it's like ultimately not a very big deal, but it seems like maybe Sony might be kind of capitalizing on people's tendency to just get excited for anything and kind of milking it, which seems a little not cool,
Well, I mean, they're not really milking anything out of the consumer besides their excitement. It's not like they're asking them to play a demo or several spin-off titles.
But it's like to get people's eyes on it, to get people talking about it. That's all important to them,
Right. I was going to bring up another example that comes to mind is like Last of Us 2. Like, we've seen so much. We've seen video. We've seen gameplay of this game now, and yet still no release date. That's just another example of something that's still waiting in the wings,
So I guess really what, like, it's okay as long as the end product that you get is something that you're happy with having, having waited for, like did you feel that
It was
that
worth it.
game could have come out the year after it was teased or released and it would be the same level as what it took 6 years to do? Like, again, that's probably a little bit of a
Well, think about what we were just talking about to start the show off, Metroid Prime 4.
Mhm.
Like, they announced it while the product that they knew was not good enough was being made.
Yeah.
Only to have to then apologize and be like, sorry, but we're gonna remake the whole thing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they've like the game, it has been in waiting for so long that it's like, at that point it's like, well, what's another year? These people have been waiting around for it for 10 years already. Another
It's probably
year.
not going to be another year though. It's
Yeah,
probably more than that.
it'll probably be a couple years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, just another example, like from a we don't know really much about it, like Borderlands 3. Like, it's
All right.
something
God.
that's never it hasn't been really said it's coming out. I mean, it has, and
He said it's being made. Like, that's all Randy Pitchford said.
like it's being made like that.
Yeah.
That is so open-ended, and I guess
Mhm.
we've had, I mean, we spoke about it a few weeks back that it's like it was like leaked that it's like 80% complete or
Yeah.
something like that, but
Mhm.
we don't really know, right? So
Yeah.
we still don't have like an end date for that, and that, how does it make you feel that there's a game in waiting, but we have no idea when it's going to come out? Because it could get the Metroid Prime 4 treatment and get scrapped and then remade
And restart.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so it's like it's a slippery slope of when it becomes okay and when it's
Yeah.
not okay. I mean, we have to see what the end product is, really,
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Like, Fallout 76 was announced like what, 6 months before the game came out. Not
Literally.
even. It was like
Literally.
4
How that
months
turned
before the
out.
game came out, and like look how shit turned out. Exactly. So
Right? It doesn't even matter at that point.
it really kind of depends. I think it also like depends on the studio making the game and like your trust in them. In my opinion, like
And if they have a good track record, right?
if they have a good track record, like Fallout 76 is a shitty game. Do I expect Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 to be shitty? Absolutely not. I expect them to be good fucking games. Because that's kind of who Bethesda was, and I don't think they'll let that happen again, but I don't know. Depends. I'm interested to see if people like Kingdom Hearts 3 enough to say that it was like worth the wait. That's what I want to know.
I'll say this. So my copy of it finally showed up today.
Mhm.
I booted it up, and there were some tears. I'm not gonna lie.
You cried.
Good ones, of course.
They were tears of happiness, not sadness.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be mad at me, but I've come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna play it because I don't feel like playing all of the other games. So today I went on YouTube and watched the ending.
Oh no! What? Don't say anything, please. Oh my god!
You're
right,
going to kill the marks, Chris.
All right,
Don't do this
so
to them.
that's gonna do it this time on the memory side. I don't know when we'll come back.
I'm gonna go
because
climb into a bunker or something and lock myself away.
La 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 la.
Mark-
Fingers in ears.
Mark, and Rob have to go finish the game.
Nice. All right, so I guess that's gonna do it for this.
I guess so.
Oh, you're closing us out. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. No, Mark's gonna close this out. I don't know.
Is there anything else you guys have to say?
I always have something that I want to say at the end in the beginning, and then I forget by the end. I don't know.
It'll come
I
to
got
you
nothing.
soon enough.
Yeah.
Maybe by next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Sure.
And all I'll say is Brakazan is the best strike leader, and that's going to do it this time on the Memory Slot 8 podcast. Now saving, don't turn off the power.